right, Monday, trade deadline. I like that they were aggressive. Whether you like to trade or not, they were aggressive to go out and make some moves before we get to Monday. But between now and Monday, can we expect more moves from the Red Sox? That's a question I pose to you and to you. Call us, 617-582-CHAT. What are they missing? What do they need to add, this team, between now and Monday?
Another hitter, guys. They need another hitter. I'm still looking at an infield bat, especially we don't know how long Meade's going to be out, but they need more hitting. Yeah,
I'm all in on catcher. I think we've talked about when you go and try to acquire somebody at the deadline, it can't just be a rental. It needs to be somebody who's going to help you for years to come. That is a spot that they can go get a guy, even if it's an expiring contract, but bring him in and then hopefully extend him or sign him to another contract after this that you can see as your number one catcher. There are a lot of guys that are out there. Some of them going to be really expensive, some of them not so much. So catcher's number one for me, and then you need a starting pitcher. You need somebody to eat innings.
Yeah, I think they could find a pitcher, like kind of on the wire. Maybe somebody who just got released. I don't know.
How do you feel about Lance McCullers?
I was going to say somebody like that could just eat the innings.
Quality
warm
body.
And then when it stinks, you cut him, right? Like somebody like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Cut him on September 12th.
The only thing with catcher guys that I have here is I think Narvaez is fighting it big time.
Yeah.
But he's very good at bunting, where Connor Wong struggled last night in that spot, right? But Connor Wong's batting 280 or so. They handle the guy. They handle the rotation very well.
Yeah.
Right. And even the bullpen guys. It's just does it get interrupted? And I know that in the game of baseball, when you bring in a good catcher, it shouldn't affect anything.
Sure.
It's just something I'm thinking about. Could it disrupt? Yesterday we got a call about Salvatore Perez from the. I don't love the move, because he really isn't a catcher anymore, right? He's kind of an old timer. Plus,
caught like 19 games.
They kind of want to keep him around. I worry, because Lucy will tell you that she doesn't want to fix anything, because it is kind of working right now.
Witchcraft.
They need a third hitter, guys. Let's face it.
They do.
They need a guy that can bat third. They need somebody in the top to the middle of their lineup that you can invest in.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to give up somebody bigger than Connolly early to do so, and I don't know if they're going to do it, Travis.
I know. It's frustrating, Double M, because we sat here and we had the same conversation in the offseason, and they went out and they got more arms. More power to you.
It's working so far. It's
working. I'm not complaining, but this was a need that's been a need since it's been a need, Double M.
So, and if you're expecting a catcher to come in here and also be a middle of the order hitter, and there are a few of those guys.
There are a
couple of those guys. I don't like that approach. Joe, I think you're onto something. Catcher is undeniably a long-term need for this organization.
Yes.
They have two backup catchers right now, in Narvaez and Connor Wong. They need a middle of the order bat.
Yep.
But what I'm fascinated by is where they're looking. Catcher is a spot, and I'm reading here from Mass Live today. Chris Cotillo and Sean McAdam wrote this about the Red Sox at the deadline. They said, the Sox are keeping an open mind ahead of the deadline, but according to Major League officials, they're targeting three main needs. First, the club, like every contender at this time of year, is interested in adding pitching depth, not just the back of the rotation, but also in the bullpen. Secondly, catching upgrades, Joe, remain on the table. Lastly, and most surprisingly, the club is in the shortstop market. So that fascinates me. You have Franklin Arias, who's one of the top prospects in baseball. He's a shortstop. You have Marcelo Meyer, who was one of the top prospects in baseball. He's a long-term shortstop. You have Trevor Story under contract for the next year and a half. He arguably is a shortstop.
You would argue no.
I would argue no. Marcelo Meyer hasn't exactly looked like a shortstop either. So this to me is fascinating. Are they going to try and find a middle of the order bat who's also a shortstop? I think it's easier to do at that position than it is at catcher.
Let's get some names involved. 617-582-CHAT. We invite you to call always. You respond in kind. Here's a Red Sox fan putting some names on who we need to go and get. Take a listen.
Hi, guys. This is just Matt, and I just had a trade that I was thinking about. The Red Sox are playing the A's right now, and why not look at their shortstop, Jacob Wilson? He has a 7-year, $70 million contract. I don't know. I think we could maybe trade Franklin for him. He's batting .288 right now, I know, with 7 home runs, but that could be a better batting average in Fenway Park, but I don't know. Just an idea.
Thank you for your call, Matt. Appreciate it. Hey, we're getting a good look at this kid now while they're playing the A's. What do you guys think?
I like Jacob Wilson a lot. I like targeting a shortstop. Most importantly, this gets into a long-term discussion here, guys. I don't believe in Franklin Arias. I know he's one of the top prospects in baseball. The powers come out of nowhere this year. Okay. So that, to me, is the type of prospect that while he's hyped, you trade. You get the most out of, you maximize the value. This is the toughest job a general manager has to do. It's identifying your prospects, self-evaluating your prospects, saying, this guy's real, this guy's not real. I think they missed on Marcelo Meyer. I think they missed on Christian Campbell. You can trade Franklin Arias as the centerpiece of a deal for a good player, whether that's Jacob Wilson, whether that's Zach Neto, who I'm not as crazy about, but work with me on this. Arias is worth something. I want somebody who can help the team now, and I'm okay with that being a shortstop. I'm on board with that being a shortstop. So name the shortstop you like, whether it's Lindor, whether it's Wilson, Pena, as Matt just suggested, whether it's Pena. I've got some reservations about that too, just, contract, you name it. But you want to pick a shortstop, they should go out and get a shortstop.
Yeah, everybody's on the table if C.J. Abrams is on the table. And I know they just made a trade with the Nationals. We've heard
one of the only teams they can make a trade.
It's true. They know the guy that works there, so it's a lot easier for old Craig to get things done. But they just made a trade. We've heard reports say that they asked about CJ, like what would it cost? Maybe that was a little too steep. I worry that giving up Connolly early is one of the top 3 pieces that you would have had to give up for a guy like that. Like CJ Abrams, if he goes, will get the biggest return of anybody that's traded at this deadline. I think that's fair to say. That's why a lot of people are thinking he's probably not going to go because no one's going to be willing to give up that price. But if the Red Sox truly want to figure out the shortstop position for the first time since Xander Bogaerts was here, you're going to have to give up Franklin Arias. You're going to have to give up one of your 2 young pitchers that you have left after trading Connolly early. And that's maybe getting uncomfortable with Peyton Tolley, maybe getting uncomfortable with Jake Bennett. And then more. Justin Gonzalez, these high-A 18-year-olds that you have that the world loves, the Major League Baseball thinks eventually they'll be stars, but they're not going to help you win a championship anytime soon.
Wow.
A guy like C.J. Abrams he was once one of these pieces, right? He was a centerpiece along with James Wood in the deal for Juan Soto. That was, 5 years ago at this point, 4 years ago? And he's become a superstar. You can't keep thinking, well, this guy in 5 years is going to be a superstar. We just got to wait it out. Go get the guy that you already know is a superstar.
Right.
Pay the uncomfortable price because I guarantee you put that guy in your lineup, you're talking about an American League contender. You're talking about a team that, hey, maybe they can get to a World Series and make some noise because he's having not only the best 2-3 weeks since the All-Star break, or since right before the All-Star break, he's got 7 home runs since then. He's been the best shortstop in baseball this season.
Joe, all things being equal here, let's say you're getting back equal value ball player for either position. I'm coming to you because you've been talking about the need for a catcher here for a long time, okay? If you can get back a dog at either shortstop or catcher, but you can only get one position at this deadline, what would you pick?
It's shortstop.
Okay.
And the reason why is the catcher would probably cost you more money, right? The kid Goodman would be ideal,
I love him.
Right? He'd be ideal. You could put him right. So what I've heard, I'm not a reporter.
But Joe's about to report something.
The name that I have heard, and I've heard Brian Bayo's name. I've heard some others. I'm not Sean McAdam or Cotillo or any of those guys. Otto Lopez of the Marlins. He's batting .339 this year. The Marlins are open to moving him. He's a young player. He has another 4 years of arbitration.
Another guy who got DFA'd twice.
But he's having his best year.
Yeah.
You're following the breadcrumbs there.
That's what the Sox do.
Could it be a player for player?
Yeah.
And the Marlins need a lot of help.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would do Arias, but would you take a guy that's a proven this year? It's batting .339.
Yep.
But he's not your middle of the lineup guy.
Sure.
He's more of the bottom of the lineup guy, but will hit .330. That's the name I've heard, Otto Lopez.
He's shortstop?
Of the Marlins.
Are you in danger of we thought Trevor Story, we thought Marcelo Meyer. If you go get this kid, you're kind of still spinning wheels here, aren't you? It's not a guarantee.
A little bit,
like
but
you guys
I think it's an upgrade, though.
Okay.
It's an upgrade in the present, but this scares the hell out of me,
Yeah,
Joe.
I mean,
this is once again making a projection on a player.
Right.
If we're talking about Otto Lopez, who has basically done nothing up until this year. Now, you can get him probably in a player-for-player swap if you want to repeat the early Meade process. I just don't want to go about it that way.
Yeah.
You know, to give up, to get something, you have to give up something. You generally have to give up multiple somethings. The Red Sox need to be in the business of established, proven major league talent over the course of multiple seasons.
Right.
Now, if you're getting somebody with cost control who's also established and proven over the course of multiple big league seasons, that's going to cost you a boatload. I don't think the Red Sox are into that because they don't want to give up 3 or 4 players for one. They would so much rather do Connolly early for Curtis Mead, and we're going to make a projection that Mead is going to be that player in 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't like that because in the end, what the Red Sox need is the sure thing. This is how they've ended up in this position in the first place, where they don't have enough impact hitters. They have made too many projections on their hitters, their own mostly, Marcelo Meyer, Roman Anthony, Christian Campbell, you name it. You need to get somebody who's an established, proven big league talent that's going to cost you something.
Of all the names here, we've got a little list here, all the positions, all the names. The only true sure thing, because a lot of these guys are in their first, second year of being an all-star caliber player, is Francisco Lindor. That is the guy he's a sure thing. We know who he is. A little bit of regression this year, but
contract.
Are you paying for past performance, which is something that's going to scare them off?
Yeah.
But you can't have your cake and eat it.
He is a guy.
I agree.
Pick one. Pick one. You want to potentially pay for past performance, or do you want to project for the future? What do we know that they're not good at? Projecting for the future. We know for a fact that the Red Sox, when making trades, have done a pretty piss-poor job of projecting of what those guys are going to be in the future. When they do make these moves of, all right, we know what this guy is, let's bring him in, and they haven't done a lot of that since Craig Breslow's been here. Wilson Contreras, yeah, that worked out. Sonny Gray, yeah, that worked out. Go get the guy who you know, if he does fit, right? If he fits whatever models they have, make the move.
Yeah, okay.
My only reason why I bring up the Marlins too is they would probably try to get their catcher. And remember, they were so in on Alcantara.
Yep.
I don't know if they go back to that because of his money.
His money.
But just remember, how do you get the Brian Bayo thing to work? If you're going to move players from your team, not prospects, how do you do it? I think the Marlins could give up their catcher. They could give up a pitcher and also a shortstop.
Joe, let's stay with you for a second because I think you're going to like this call. Here's a Red Sox fan who's interested in possibly trading a fan favorite. Take a listen.
Hello, guys. Enjoying the show. I just would like to know if you guys think that they should trade Chapman. I think Chapman is a good piece that they could get rid of in order to bring in something else that could fit their needs. And at the same time, don't worry about a closer. I think Whitlock can move right on in that closer role. What do you think? Thank you.
Okay, now listen, I'm not going to sit up here and act like he hasn't been shaky as of late, but he did get his 25th save of the season last night. Joe, are you trading Chappie?
You can't when you're in a pennant race like this. You can't. But someone's going to have to make the Red Sox an offer they can't refuse. So as much as they're moving on from early and they have other prospects to try to get the bat that we're discussing, maybe Chapman can get you something to fill that after you've already made your. I don't want to trade him, Matt. But it's out there.
It sounds like you do.
I'm not in the business of trading your closer when you are in a playoff race.
I agree.
I'm not doing that. I agree. There are some shaky signs with Chapman, and he's an older player. You would like to. The correct baseball, like on paper baseball move is to capitalize on Chapman, to cash in. That doesn't work in reality. You got to win baseball games. He's going to help you win baseball games. I'm not taking arms out of a bullpen. Teams are always looking for bullpen help.
You guys love Whitlock, though. Couldn't Whitlock slide into that?
Okay, but then all of a sudden, so Whitlock's your closer. Now who's your eighth?
But then you have a whole.
And the Weissert Slayton thing is still, playoff time. I'm sweating.
Here's what the real emotionally you can't make that trade. You'll have a revolution in the clubhouse.
It would be bad.
You can't do it that way. But in terms of what we're probably going to see moving forward, I wouldn't be surprised if Garrett Whitlock ends up being your closer. If there comes a point where Aroldis Chapman struggles so much and he's so shaky late in games,
they
swap him.
Okay.
Let's see him a little bit earlier, maybe lower leverage situations, because let's call it what it is. When was the last time he went out there and just went 1, 2, 3, I'm done? It's been before the All-Star break for sure.
I was going to bring that up to you. Do you guys think it's known as a hamstring injury? Do you think it's his struggles are age and hamstring, Or is he just kind of been so hot, it was kind of due to slow down?
The hamstring's a factor.
Yeah.
I mean, was he ever going to be as good as he was last year ever again?
That's tough
and he
to
was,
do that.
I mean, because he was lights out.
Right.
So, I mean.
It's one of the best closing seasons we've ever seen.
You could only have expected a slight step down from that.
Do you think the guy's about to be 400 saves for his career? He's one of the best closers in the history of
Hall of Fame.
Going to the Hall of Fame.
It's a Hall of Famer.
Do you think the Red Sox look at it as they want that while he's here?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you need it. What do you mean?
Come on.
Yes. Who the hell does that?
But that's what I mean by trading him. You trade him to the Marlins or somebody. I mean, you're going to trade him to a playoff team.
Put it this way, Joe. If they were out of it, that would not have stopped them from.
If we want to go full nerd here, we could say it probably makes you a better team on paper trading him. In terms of long term, you bring in more valuable assets. Winning the trade. Making your team better? Absolutely not. It doesn't make your team better because they're all going to look at you and be like, oh, you don't believe in us because you just traded our closer?
Yeah.
That's the difference. That's what Craig Breslow was talking about with the Meade trade.
Sure.
Sure, we might lose the trade. They might get more WAR at the end of it from Connolly Early than we get in Curtis Meade, but we think adding a bat, taking away from the rotation makes us a better team. It's the same thing on the other side. You can't do it one way and then do it a different way.
What say you? 617-582-CHAT.